Hello student, I am Ramesh Shah from science classes. Today I am going to start the fourth lecture of force chapters of 9th class, force. And in this I am going to discuss about velocity time graph. What is the velocity time graph? Then velocity time graph is the representations of the velocity with respect to the times, and where we represent the velocity in y-axis and time in x-axis. And when we plot this in graph, then this is velocity time graph. And this velocity time graph represent, and this is a velocity time graph, and which represents the velocity time graph of uniform velocity. This is velocity time graph for uniform velocity. This is the velocity time graph for the uniform velocity. Velocity time graph for uniform velocity. It means here velocity, there is no change in velocity. That is, the velocity is constant with respect to time, and this represents the in the velocity time graph for the uniform velocity. It means there is no acceleration bodies in uniform velocity, and so the time graph, velocity time graph comes in this way. Both are parallel. It means this line is the parallel to the times in x-axis, and this is known as the velocity time graph. Okay. Another, and this is the velocity time graph for the uniform acceleration. Velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means the acceleration is producing in body, but at a increasing rate. It means with a constant acceleration is increasing. So here velocity, it means velocity increase with a constant rate, that is the uniform acceleration. And uniform acceleration velocity time graph can represent in this way. Okay. Another, velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration. This velocity time graph represents the velocity time graph of the non-uniform acceleration. Velocity time graph for variable acceleration. This is, and in this way velocity time graph can be represented and which show the change of velocity and with respect to times. Okay. Another, I am going to discuss about important topic, that is inertia. Inertia. What is inertia? Inertia means the property of body due to which it enables to change its state of rest or uniform motion in a straight lines unless external force applied on it is known as inertia. The property of body due to which it does not change its state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless external force applied applied on it. It means the object tends to remain in its state of rest or in uniform motion in the straight lines unless external force applied on it is known as inertia. And it means the due to inertia the body unable to change its state itself is known as inertia. And there are three type of inertia. Inertia type of inertia we can write here. Types of inertia. Inertia of rest. Inertia of rest. Second, inertia of motion. Third, inertia of direction. Inertia of direction. Then first of all, what is the inertia of rest? Inertia of rest means inertia of rest. Inertia of rest. Inertia of rest means the property of rest body due to which it enables to change its position of rest to motion itself. The property of rest body due to which it unable to change its state of rest unless external force applied on it. Unless external force applied on it is called inertia of rest. Inertia of rest means the property of rest body due to which it enables to change its state of rest unless external force applied on it is called inertia of rest. It means when a body are in rest position, then it does not change its positions from the rest to motion unless external force applied on it. It means the rest body unable to change its state from rest unless external force applied on it is known as inertia of rest. There are different examples of inertia of rest, like as a passenger sitting in a bus jerk or lean backward when bus started, and this is due to the inertia of rest. A passenger jerk backward when bus start to move. Like as sometimes we can realize when we are in bus or any vehicles at rest position, but suddenly when vehicles start, then at that times and we lean backwards, it is due to the inertia of rest, because when the vehicles or bus start, then our lower portions comes in motion, but upper body portions tends to remain in a state of rest due to inertia of rest, and we jerk backward. Okay. There are various examples, like as a fruit falls from the tree. When we shake the branch of the tree, and that is the inertia of rest. Because when we shake the branch of tree, then branch of tree comes in motion, and while due to inertia of rest, the fruit tends to remain in a state of rest positions and falls down. Okay. Like as another example, the dust particles removed from the blanket, and while we beat with a stick. When we beat a blanket with a stick, then blanket comes in motion, while the dust particles tends to remain in a state of rest, and due to inertia of rest, it falls down. There are various examples on the basis of inertia of rest. Okay. Another, inertia of motion. Inertia of motion. Inertia of motion means the property of rest body, the property of moving body due to which it unable to